In the intricate dance of human connections, certain personality types find themselves unwittingly entangled in relationships that seem destined to unravel. One such dynamic involves the INFJ, a compassionate and intuitive personality with a high risk of drawing in individuals with narcissistic tendencies. Sadly, as an INFJ male, I can say I had a number of narcissistic people in my life. Although narcissism is a spectrum and not all narcissism is necessarily bad, it's best for INFJs to be conscious of what attracts people with a high level of narcissism to us. This peculiar attraction unfolds morbidly, leaving us to question, why do INFJs attract narcissists so often? Let's take a bold look. INFJs, or advocates, are empathetic and intuitive individuals known for their deep understanding of emotions and their genuine desire to help others. On the flip side, narcissism is characterized by a grandiose sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy for others, an insatiable need for excessive admiration, and the belief that one is unique and deserving of special treatment. Now, here are some intricate reasons why INFJs might find themselves attracting narcissists. 1. Empathetic nature. INFJs are natural empaths, often prioritizing the feelings and needs of others over their own. This selfless quality can be appealing to narcissists seeking constant validation. It has been proposed that highly empathic people of this sort, like most INFJs, are inverted narcissists due to being the complete opposite of what a pathological narcissist is. The empath only gives while the narcissist only takes. On paper, it sounds both are compatible for this dynamic, as both parties complement each other in doing what they both naturally tend to do well. However, before long, this dynamic turns toxic, and empaths trapped in this bind will find that their assigned responsibility as pleasers of the narcissist is a draining Sisyphean task. 2. Listening skills. INFJs are exceptional listeners, creating a space where others feel heard and understood. Narcissists who crave attention may be drawn to this attentive quality as it puts them continuously in the spotlight, which feeds their excessive need for attention. 3. Idealistic vision. INFJs, especially inexperienced INFJs, tend to see the potential for good in everyone, even those with narcissistic tendencies. This optimistic outlook can close their eyes to red flags, making them more susceptible to attracting narcissists. 4. Desire to heal. INFJs have a strong desire to heal and help others overcome their challenges. Pathological narcissists typically have emotional wounds and unresolved trauma, which most likely contributed significantly to the development of their unhealthy narcissism in the first place. With or without knowing it, they may be drawn to this potential for validation, support, soothing, and nurturing, as they are often emotionally wounded and in need of care. Unfortunately, no amount of attention from the INFJ is likely to heal the deep wounds of a pathological narcissist. 5. Avoidance of conflict. INFJs often avoid confrontation and conflict, and excessively seek harmony in relationships, due to being highly sensitive to emotions. Narcissists, who may exploit this avoidance, find it advantageous in maintaining control and dominance in the relationship, because they'll get almost no pushback. 6. Forgiving nature. INFJs are forgiving by nature, sometimes to a fault. Narcissists may exploit this forgiving quality, taking advantage of the INFJ's willingness to give multiple chances despite the narcissist's selfish and bad behavior. Where someone else would have been long gone after serious boundary violations of the narcissist, the INFJ tends to forgive a lot due to overgrown patience, empathy, guilt, and shame. 7. Intuitive understanding. INFJs possess a deep understanding of others' emotions, making them adept at uncovering the root causes behind narcissistic behavior. This insight may initially make INFJs believe they can change or help the narcissist. 8. Strong sense of responsibility. INFJs feel a strong sense of duty toward helping others, even at the expense of their own well-being. Narcissists, attuned to exploiting vulnerabilities, may use this sense of responsibility to manipulate INFJs by guilt-tripping or shaming the INFJ while making them responsible for the narcissist's emotions. 9. Desire for deep connections. INFJs seek deep, meaningful connections in relationships. Narcissists, especially in the initial stages, may mimic this desire, selling them a pipe dream while drawing INFJs in before revealing their true self-centered nature. As INFJs are typically very generous when it comes to attention and love, narcissists can sense that they will get a lot of attention if they end up in a relationship with an INFJ. 10. Poor boundaries. Because INFJs have a lot of empathy and are naturally focused on the well-being of others in a social setting. They may find it challenging to put up firm boundaries and say no to behavior that violates those boundaries, especially when they perceive someone in distress. Narcissists, skilled at leveraging others' weaknesses, can exploit this difficulty, establishing a dynamic where they encroach on the INFJ continuously until they give in, break, or are depleted. In summary, the unique combination of the INFJ's empathetic nature, romantic vision, and strong desire to heal, coupled with the narcissist's insatiable hunger for unearned validation and the ability to exploit the INFJ's good qualities, creates a dynamic where INFJs may unknowingly attract and be entangled with selfish individuals in a one-sided relationship. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for INFJs to establish healthier relationships and boundaries. What happens when an INFJ meets a narcissist? When an INFJ meets a narcissist, a complex and potentially tumultuous dynamic unfolds. The initial stages often involve the narcissist being drawn to the INFJ's empathetic and nurturing qualities, creating a seemingly harmonious connection. However, as the relationship progresses, several key dynamics come into play. 1. Idealization phase. The narcissist is initially captivated by the INFJ's warmth, empathy, and deep understanding. The INFJ may feel an intense connection and believe they've found someone who truly understands them. 2. Mirror effect. The narcissist may mirror the INFJ's values, interests, and desires to create a sense of shared identity. The INFJ may perceive this mirroring as a sign of compatibility and connection. 3. Emotional intimacy. The INFJ, craving emotional depth, may open up about their vulnerabilities and dreams. The narcissist uses this information strategically, exploiting the INFJ's openness for later manipulation. 4. Control and manipulation. As the relationship progresses, the narcissist begins exerting control and manipulating situations to meet their needs. The INFJ, initially oblivious to the manipulation, may feel a sense of confusion and emotional distress. 5. Devaluation phase. The narcissist's admiration turns into criticism and devaluation as their true self-centered nature emerges. The INFJ, devoted and often self-sacrificing, may struggle to comprehend the sudden shift in the relationship. 6. Gaslighting and confusion. The narcissist employs gaslighting tactics, causing the INFJ to doubt their perceptions and reality. The INFJ may question their judgment, leading to increased emotional turmoil. 7. Exploitation of empathy. The narcissist exploits the INFJ's empathetic nature, manipulating them into meeting their needs while disregarding the INFJ's well-being. The INFJ may feel drained, unappreciated, and unable to establish boundaries. 8. Cycle of idealization and devaluation. The relationship enters a cyclic pattern of idealization and devaluation, keeping the INFJ emotionally invested and hoping for a return to the initial positive phase. The narcissist maintains control through this unpredictable emotional roller coaster. 9. Self-reflection and awakening. Over time, the INFJ may begin to reflect on the toxicity of the relationship and the toll it takes on their well-being. There's a gradual realization that the connection they once perceived as deep and meaningful is, in fact, one-sided. 10. Establishing boundaries or exiting. Armed with self-awareness, the INFJ may attempt to establish boundaries or, in more extreme cases, choose to end the relationship. Exiting the relationship, however, may be hard due to the narcissist's attempts to retain control and manipulate emotions. In essence, when an INFJ encounters a narcissist, the initial attraction based on shared interests and the INFJ's empathetic nature can evolve into a challenging dynamic characterized by manipulation, emotional distress, and a struggle for autonomy. Awareness of these patterns is crucial for the INFJ to navigate such relationships and prioritize their well-being. How do INFJs react to narcissists? INFJs typically approach relationships with genuine warmth, empathy, and poor boundaries, making them susceptible to attracting narcissists. As the relationship progresses, however, the narcissist's true self-centered tendencies emerge, leading to emotional manipulation, control, and often verbal or physical abuse. INFJs are often highly sensitive, and being in a toxic relationship dynamic with a pathological narcissist most likely will mentally and emotionally damage the INFJ, perhaps to the point of trauma, despondency, and bitterness. Especially since INFJs tend to linger in unhealthy dynamics due to fear of conflict and poor boundary setting. However, when they do get out of the unhealthy relationship, The mental, emotional, and spiritual damage endured during the toxic relationship can make INFJs decide to close their hearts, become hyper-vigilant, hyper-independent, and relationship intimacy avoidant, distrusting others for the rest of their lives if they don't get professional help. Can an INFJ recover from narcissistic abuse? Certainly. INFJs, despite the emotional toll of narcissistic abuse, can embark on a path of recovery. Through self-reflection and acknowledging the impact of the abuse, INFJs can gain clarity. Setting firm boundaries becomes pivotal in regaining a sense of control and self-worth. Seeking support from trusted individuals or therapy provides a crucial lifeline during the healing process. Time, resilience, and a commitment to self-care. INFJs can gradually overcome the scars of narcissistic abuse and rebuild a healthier, more empowered life.